No see. It's just your good old friend, good old Kong, getting ready to stream some Apex Arena. So we've got the top 16. I didn't have a chance to, well, I guess I should reset the stream title too, so it doesn't look like it's still TSDL. But we have about 2 to 3 minutes before the game actually starts, so plenty of time to get comfortable, get situated, get the stream titles correct. Hey, Race Crew. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess that goes to show how long it's been since I actually streamed something. Avarita, welcome to the stream as well. Since I still got some TSDL info in here. We will fix that toot sweet. In fact, what we will actually be streaming is the top 16 match between JUICYBIGNUT and YiQiao. Juicy is definitely an underdog in this fight. YiQiao, very experienced PvP player. Has had a lot of success in Summit Dare Langrisser tournaments and in normal Apex Arena as well. While I'm here, let's get the multi-chat bot set up so we can see YouTube comments over here on Twitch and vice versa. Okay, I think we should be all set up, and that is perfect timing because it looks like the match is actually about to begin. Hope you guys all got your bets in. If you didn't, there's still time to get your bets in tomorrow. So let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. I know I always change the voice balance and sound balance settings between Summit Dare Langrisser matches and real Apex matches, because sometimes I have co-streamers. Better watching experience on Twitch. Oh, good to know, Avarita. Alright, so we'll get started with the game here. Okay, both players have clicked in. Everything is good. Now, let's take a look at their boxes before they actually get assigned player order and a map. It looks like YiQiao does indeed have the Awakened one in her box. She's got Joanne Connie as well, so that's fairly interesting. And it looks like she is going to be playing at least a variation, an early variation of a box that we're going to be seeing fairly often next season with 3 tanks. We have Lightbringer, Hilda, Landius. We've also got Rosenseal. So basically this is the pick and ban line that I was talking about in the Should You Summon video. Basically, JUICYBIGNUT is going to have to choose if he wants to ban the Awakened one and leave up Rosenseal plus YiQiao's tank, or ban Rosenseal and have to deal with this brand new unit that he may not be very familiar with. So on Juicy's side, we have a little bit more of an interesting, not interesting, but a different box than you might be expecting to see. We have Alicia for one, we have Tiaras, we have Emperor Lovina. He does have his own AO in the box as well, so that'll be interesting to see if he gets to use her and how he gets to use her. Freed, welcome to the chat. Oh yeah, Avarita, I see what you mean. On YouTube, if you make the window large, it bumps the chat down under the video, doesn't it? Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Alright, so we are going to get the shipwreck map, and it looks like YiQiao is going to start off as player 1. Thanks, by the way, Kali95, for confirming that I can indeed be heard on this stream. One thing I didn't do because I was still setting up my stream, I might as well post me links here so people know that I'm actually streaming this. I don't know if Juicy was telling his friends to come watch or not, because before the match in main court he was, he seemed pretty nervous. Boomstick, thanks for the resub. Awesome, good to see you here. Pete, player 2 especially disfavored for Juicy's box. Well, I guess not surprisingly here, we are seeing Juicy first ban that AO, and of course YiQiao is going to instantly pick Rosenseal here, so she's going to be ready for that. Juicy also banning out the Zerida, and banning out Lightbringer just because he knows YiQiao is going to get a tank, but he wants to narrow down which tanks she's allowed to have. So if she wants to start playing Turtle now, it's going to either be Hilda or Landius. Grenshiel is a good first pick for Juicy, knowing that he's going to be going in against a Turtle-ish box, because Grenshiel can disable tanking, as long as YiQiao gives him that opportunity. But YiQiao has gathered a lot of experience playing a Turtle-y style this season. I know for the last half of the regular season, she was playing quite a Turtle-y style. Juicy may also be a little rusty. He had 2 forfeits earlier in the playoffs, so he only had to play his first round and then his final round to get here. And I think in Discord he said that he was pretty busy with real life stuff, so he may not have had a chance to do a lot of scrims either. Yeah, Pete, Oboro is something that YiQiao probably has in her side box. The problem with putting Oboro in your main box for the first game is if you're not sure what kind of game your opponent is going to play, he may or may not be super useful. If Juicy came out here with like a super turtley box, then she could just pop Oboro in for game 2, but not super needed. The DPS that YiQiao is going to get here with her box are still going to be a little bit more aggressive than Oboro would be. Yeah, Venorian, I agree. I think she may be calling his bluff, or she has intel that Juicy's AO is, you know, maybe 3 or 4 stars. Plus, with a turtley box with Rosenseal, you're probably just not as concerned with a low star AO as you might be otherwise. Yeah, Eternal Youth, I would hope that Juicy didn't say that in a public Discord server. Yeah, I agree with that, Lord. I mean, certainly if the AO was really powerful and 6 stars and fully built, then it would still be a good value pick later on. But from the looks of things here, like leaving AO for 5th, I don't think she's going to bring much to the table for Juicy here. Avengers. That's such a cute, innocent question. People have 6-star Awakeners already. The whales that are in the playoffs definitely have 6-star Awakeners. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if YiQiao's Awakener was 6-star, although I'm not 100% sure. But Autorun's Awakener is 6-star, guaranteed. Oh, let me just get resituated here. I was out doing yard work all day today, so I am stiff and tired and sucking on a big bottle of blue Gatorade. Are you one of those people, Freed? How's your Awakener now? She's 5-star, right? Yeah, this is. I think this is an AO of opportunity here. A 5th pick AO. So both sides will be choosing their opening positioning, their troops, and their skills, although I suspect we won't see anything too surprising. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Freed, you're right. Ultimately, she still has access to her talent. Right, so the pertinent point with her swap, Freed, is more swapping with her own teammates. Which may or may not be useful to get someone like Grenshiel or Alicia into position. She also has, you know, normal old non-awakened Adenkelmo there for some portals, if that is an option that's needed. Alright. Juicy opening with the So Dead emote. Nothing super surprising on YiQiao's side. I guess, Juicy not opting for Windblade on his Adenkelmo because he figures Alicia can take care of YiQiao's Grenshiel, if she's caught out of position, that is. Josh confirming Autorun just first picked AO can confirm she is 6-star. Yeah, I don't think we had any doubt about Autorun's AO. Who am I sharding after the 18 Gates of Fate event is done? That's a question I'd have to defer to my spreadsheet for the answer to that question. I'm sharding AO, and then I think I'm finishing up Shelf for Dimensional Expedition and Chess, and I'm also doing King of the Red Moon is like my vanity pick. I'm down to just units that I use for like Ancient Beckoning or Chess or just fun stuff, so nothing super timely that I need to shard. Okay, so the game plan for both these players here, I think YiQiao does have the definite advantage. She just has to play well enough not to open herself up to a Grenshiel play from Juicy here. So hang out, be patient, hang out with Landius, hang out with Rosenseal, and she can basically pick away at Juicy's units. There's nothing here protecting him. He has no tank, he has no healer. Yeah, no, he has no tank. He didn't bring the meme tank 2C on... No. Okay, so Juicy for his side, his options are a little bit more limited. He basically needs to open up YiQiao's team with Grenshiel. I guess he potentially also has the option to push with his Gintoki. But that's a bit harder to pull off. Let's check here. So who knows her her talent thresholds for star levels? I think it's 4-star, because her damage dealt at 6 stars 30%. Remus confirming it's 4-star with style. Yeah, I usually just judge by the damage bonus, 20 or 25 or 30. No worries, Remus. And once you get low enough on one of these Gatorade bottles, you really need to suck on it. And a breeze on that D-Heart. Tristan is in Florida right now, so a little bit. He's out enjoying himself on the resorts. He may be back. He spends a lot of time away in the summers, so he may be back in time for like the finals. I'll have to double check with him. Blazing Zero. Never played Apex Arena. Should you start, or is it super pay-to-win toxic? Playoffs are definitely a lot harder, but you should definitely start playing regular season. There's nothing to lose playing regular season. Even just, like, log in and play your qualifying matches to start getting free rewards. Personally, I find Apex Arena really fun, even if you're not really good at it, or even if you don't have a super strong account. You can at least, like, try to get some games in. Just playing a lot is the best way to practice. Next season, give it a shot. See what happens. Alright, so that AO is enough to take out 75% of Landius's troops. Yeah, Blazing Zero, even if you just, like, play a few matches and get a feel for it and try to fight your way up to Gold 3 for rewards, that's still rewarding and a good learning experience. Some free scrolls every week. I wonder if Juicy could have gone with like a full Thorns reflective build on this AO, knowing that it wasn't going to kill anything anyway, and just hope to like bait a D-Heart or something. Yeah, exactly. That's right, RX. 50 shards a week. Or 50 crystals a week, I guess. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think his AO is built that way, Lord. But if he had thought in advance and realized his 4-star AO is not going to do anything, just build her for Reflection and just throw Crystal Warlocks on there and hope. So that's interesting. I mean, I guess her grenade was another option for displacement, so he has a few displacement options. Blowing it at the very start of the turn like that, though, does give YiQiao the opportunity to regroup. So, I mean, that's a move that you'd kind of want to use if you were then going to immediately follow up with Grenshiel, for example. Opening up a slot and then getting Gren in before YiQiao could fully recover. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case here. And now Alicia's toast. Yeah, and YiQiao is almost fully back in position already. I mean, Juicy had the right idea, I just don't think that was the right time for it. So all this is going to do is some really spread out AoE damage that Rosen is going to heal easily. Blazing Zero had to come over for a first-time chat in Twitch just to tag his hero, the Lord Thy God. It is the real the Lord Thy God. Juicy really trying to figure out how he can get in and do something here. And like I said, there's no rush from YiQiao's side. She just has to stay together. Nice tight little tank ball. Keep healed up. Juicy's the one who needs the opportunity. Right, he does get a breeze on his Gin. Which, to be honest, from here is not super helpful. Alright, let's pour this Gatorade into a proper drinking vessel. This is kind of like the belated version of the pre-stream pour, I guess. Delicious, non-carbonated sports beverage. Now when applesauce comes down, she can bark at that empty bottle. Okay, and this is the problem with long-range opponents and no tank, is YiQiao's Edenk Elmo able to get that pick I mean, Juicy really has nothing to do now. I mean, even if he were able to close a little bit of ground, and then push a unit away with his Gintoki, and then come in and freeze Landius with his Grenshiel and kill someone, he's still looking at, like, a healthy tank team against his 2 proper DPS units. This is now officially the Lord Thy God appreciation chat. Everyone give Lord Thy God some kudos in the chat. Kazemi the underdog is definitely JUICYBIGNUT in this one. Alright, we at least get to see AO's 3C animation. Yeah, see, check out that damage. YiQiao is one of the top PvP players. And she actually fought through some decent players to get to the top 16. She had to fight CXO, who is typically pretty high ranked in the regular season. Juicy had, not to take anything away from his play or his opponents, but he had a little bit of an easier round in the previous group stages. And he hasn't been PvPing quite as long, so he doesn't have as much experience, but he has been putting a lot of effort in for the past few seasons to get better. Well, Callie, you have to remember that AO was Juicy's 5th pick. His other option was Kagura, though, so maybe she would have been better. The AO is definitely not doing anything here. So he does manage to get in with his Grenshiel, takes the first life off this Landius. But this Grenshiel is now in danger. Yeah, Avengers, let's just put it this way. Everyone who's been paying attention to the season in China has built up their non-Lightbringer tanks to be ready for this kind of 3T 1H box. Alright, just using the Scooter Dash to splash some damage down. Not getting any displacement out of that. This Grenshiel is super dead now. Which will leave Juicy with a bunch of cooldowns here, and just a Gintoki against a full 5-unit tank team. Yeah, Eternal Youth, the only thing is it's currently an Elmo without real skills. This Windblade is for Grenshiel, most likely. Yeah, Blazing Zero, Avarita's right. AO is kind of the big unit. AO and SP Leon are kind of the big shake-up, meta shake-up units for this season. Z2 is definitely still strong. Alright, Juicy does manage to take out YiQiao's tank before throwing in the towel. He just wanted one unit to go down before going to the next game. It'll be very interesting to see how these players change things up for this match. So a relatively neutral map, nothing too special here that they need to actually plan for. Juicy as player 1. Let's see if they're going to dip into the side box. Juicy's box is a little strange to begin with, so not sure he's necessarily going to have real side box options to adapt to YiQiao's plan. And as for YiQiao, her box, the way it is already pretty decent against Juicy as player 2, so it'll be interesting to see if they decide to make any changes or not. Someone's thinking hard about their side box, though. Juicy, it looks like he's going to switch to a first ban Rosen strategy here. Oh, he's banning Lightbringer instead. I mean, I guess the thing about the Lightbringer ban is if YiQiao now picks a tank, he can ban the Rosen. Yeah, there's no need. Just go with your AO. I mean, that's the thing. The first ban, or the first ban really dictates which box you're going to use. So if Juicy chucks a ban at something that's not AO, then you're just using your AO. Like, there's no sneaky way to, like, force a tank player out of being able to have a comfy tank box, because they can just go to their AO line instead. But that's alright. Juicy's going to have a lot of games next season during ladder to get this pick and ban ironed out a little bit. Avengers, the main tanks that you'll see typically would be Hilda and then either Landius or Christian, depending on who the other units in your box are. Some people also choose to use Freya. You can make her very spiky. Personally, if I was going to be playing this box, I'd be using Hilda and Landius. And Avarita, it's not uncommon to see at least Hilda and sometimes even Christiane in their cavalry class already to counter Gintoki, for example. Although with Leon coming out, that may actually change Hilda back to Lancer. Yeah, don't build Amelia. Sound advice. Oh, JUICYBIGNUT just innocently banning out tanks here, not realizing that YiQiao is not picking those. So you can kind of see where his mindset is, though, because he's picking these really strong single-target DPS. So he wants to make sure that he's not going to have to go through a tank to kill YiQiao's units. The problem is now YiQiao can just play a really strong trade game against him, for example. The advantage that SP Leon provides against Lancers is very minor, and it doesn't make up for the class disadvantage. Alright, so the Nut is getting some ranginess here out of the Alicia. Alicia can also kill Grenshiel if YiQiao decides to try to use Grenshiel as a tank. This is going to be a bit more of an exciting game than the first one. And we'll get to see this AO in action. So just based on this, I mean, this would be a fine idea for Juicy if he could outrange YiQiao and kind of dictate the terms of engagement. But remember, he has no immunity against AO's talent now, so she can just slow down whichever of Juicy's units that she wants. Still has lots of engagement potential with, I mean, Azusa's really long range, Joa and Connie, Grenshiel. YiQiao is still going to be able to dictate the flow of this match. It should only work against Flyer class type. So Flyer troops and Flyer hero class. That's a good question, Eternal Youth. I'm not sure. Let's check out what we've got here, though. I don't expect to see anything too surprising, other than going full AoE on that. So yeah, we've got Fireball on this Annie this time. That's to deal with Gintoki. Let's take a look here. Yep, that's a 6-star AO, all right. And Azusa with Lizard Riders. Love those lizards. Okay, so Grenshiel on Unicorns, that's also to help deal with Gintoki. And I've not really watched a lot of high-level play with Joa and Connie, so I'll be interesting to see how YiQiao uses them as well. Yeah, I agree, Meow. I would have expected to see a single target skill on this. Especially since Juicy went to all the effort of banning out the tanks and stuff. Although maybe he's thinking that because YiQiao does not have a healer, that he'll be able to just dump some AoEs and then potentially benefit from cleaning up injured units. That might be the thought process there. Yeah, YiQiao's looking to spread out here because one play that's possible is the Kruger shielding himself into the portal. That's exactly what's happening here now. So he's going to try to get an AoE off on the front lines before YiQiao gets to fully spread out and prevent that from happening. To be honest, Meow, I think that move was pretty much the only thing the portals were really for. So yeah, we got a silence and heal block on this Annie. Zerida, of course, able to teleport into this to follow up on whatever is available. He will also help grant some mobility to this Alicia. She can portal in and then run past him as well. So YiQiao gets to decide now if she wants to try to take this Kruger out and then risk eating follow-up from Juicy's side. Kind of an unenviable position. Alright, Kruger's parting shot is to silence the Connie as well. To be honest, this is still pretty much in YiQiao's favor. Because if Juicy does keep trying to go in with his units, he's going to be kind of separated out. He won't be able to get follow-up from his whole team. And YiQiao still has some strong DPS here who aren't affected by those debuffs. Okay, so Gintoki actually able to erase both of those units from a nice, comfortable distance away. Teleports back to the team. Good use of the AoE there. That also gives Zerida some better places to teleport to as well, that YiQiao can't as easily get rid of. So if Juicy does want to chuck her into the action later this turn, she'll be able to take out a dangerous unit. I don't believe so. This might remove the silence, though, Meow. Well, I guess not. Alright, so this is actually going to hurt Zerida's movement after her teleport as well. But she should still be able to reach. She should still be able to reach whoever she wants. Except for that Ed Ankelmo now. She's well out of range. Still a turn left on that silence. Is that a Balance Blade Zerida to hit her down here? Must be. Alright, if Zerida wants her, if she wants her revive back, she's gonna have to do something now, otherwise she's just getting both lives killed. Yeah, to be honest, with the amount of AoE in his box, I just don't know if Juicy was really prepared for that Awakener versus Rosen, like, first ban Gambit. Like, he got the team, the opponent team that he wanted here with no Rosen, and I don't know, this Zerida's almost toast, and then he's just got a few units here lagging at the back. Really hoping for that kill. He was really hoping for that kill, probably forgetting... After Zerida loses her revive buff, she's pretty flimsy. You're definitely not getting as many kills without that buff. Yeah, exactly, Meow. Life is getting hard for AoE anyway. I think if Juicy had more time, he may have tinkered with his box a little bit more to account for that. So YiQiao's just going to be able to get rid of this Zerida and then basically kind of hang out and reset back here. Man, that animation is lagging. I like how Zerida just eats like 4 extra meteors one at a time after she's already dead. Rogue Mike, what would be there? You might be surprised to find there would be an AO portal and a Zerida ball. The Awakener's portal doesn't count as a ground effect. So just like a unit can stand on the Zerida balls, there would be YiQiao, or a little AO clone standing there. Yeah, I don't know, Eternal Youth. It might be because we're spectating. My own AO's animation doesn't really lag like that, so that was the first time I've really seen that. At least he's going to walk this debuff off here. Oh no, he still has it. It got put on after his action on the previous turn. One more turn. He has sugar, though. Actually, now that you mention it, Callie, I do remember that. I remember Watham's animation lagging. Yeah, Pete, I like how every time there's a new monthly update, we get that wave of complaints and feedback about the floating realm lagging. It's like on a monthly cycle now, you get a week of floating realm complaints. Eternal Youth, Floating Realm can go away if you just never open it. Juicy trying to decide how to close the gap here without getting killed. He's not reaching anything. Yeah, I used... How many puzzle shards did I use on Grenshiel at the start of this playoffs? I think I used like 125 puzzle pieces on her to get her to 6 stars. The nice side effect of that, even if I didn't get to use her in the playoffs, was it opens up a whole Gate of Fate slot for like the next 3 months. Which I can use on some ridiculous thing or other. Lanford for Ancient Beckoning. I mean, YiQiao's not 100% in the clear here yet. Her units are beat up pretty bad, and we do have a full power Gintoki. She may be hoping to just wait out his buffs. Juicy sees which side of the screen more of YiQiao's units are tending towards, and is trying to get this Annie close enough to get this black hole off. Anything. Anything to AoE again. Okay, YiQiao putting down a little bit of a debuff satellite here for Juicy's units. Next round, because Grenshiel's sitting on it right now, but next round it will open up the ability for YiQiao to maybe close some ground. Alicia getting a breeze there to counterbalance this movement debuff. Awkward timing. Alright, Juicy, this is your round. This is the time. The time is now. What's gonna happen? Alright, here comes that AoE that he wanted so desperately. Everyone lives. Azusa's silenced. Attack down on the Grenshiel. Grenshiel is beat to crap. Alright, this is looking pretty rough for YiQiao, actually. These full power units on Juicy's side are going to be more annoying to kill when you're in this kind of condition. Juicy decides not to overwrite the portals. He doesn't really need to. He's instead creating opportunities for his own units to get into this corner. AO is still on cooldown, mostly. Oh no, she got her 3C back this turn. More than enough to smoke that Annie. What a mean skill. That's so ridiculous. And the chains go back on. Okay, so YiQiao really has to take her time here. I think Annie was a good call for that, to be honest, because YiQiao has other ways of dealing with, not necessarily ways of dealing with the Gintoki, but other things that she can attack the Gintoki with. Like a long-range Annie, for example. Juicy's Annie was also long-range, so if he tried to bombard it from afar, she would counter-kill any of these flimsy units. The portal puzzle problem. Alright, he has Scooter Dash. Not enough to kill anything, not enough to trap anything. But that was, I mean, a good move. That was pretty much all he had. He didn't have Sugar to close the gap and actually single target kill something. Alright, the Alicia can't reach now. Just using the act again to burn off the chains there. And give Gintoki accelerated aid. Alright, here comes the bombardment. Oh, wow. Single target able to wipe out that Gintoki. So Juicy is... I think he's got no hope here now. Alicia's not going to be able to solo this whole team. With Gintoki, there was a bit of a chance. Okay, here comes Alicia. Alright, her goal is going to be to kill everything here. Easy kill on Gren. But we're going to have some meteors from the high heavens to help bring that Alicia down. And there she goes. So that is game 2 in the books. YiQiao wins that one 2-0. Game 2, like I said, game 2 was going to be an interesting one, or an exciting one. And full credit to JUICYBIGNUT. That was actually a pretty good opener there. Like, he managed to really push YiQiao into a corner, beat her units up really bad, and, you know, there were a few things that he could have maybe done better. Yeah, like Meow said in the chat, he had the opportunity to take a life off the Awakener with his Zerda early on, but a good opening play with Kruger, and YiQiao just managed to hold out long enough. Let's go see if there's any other games that are still running. So it looks like Autorun defeated Esdao. Jaden defeated Gaul. That's interesting. Some people got a minor payoff on that one. Sui forfeits to Trinhav here. Q beat Fancy Sun. YiQiao beat JUICYBIGNUT. Kazgao beat Cramp. And we have Up Uppa versus Hidden still running. Up Uppa is up 1 game. B-Guy versus FSN Saber. FSN Saber is up 1 game there as well. Well. Who do we want to watch? We got 2 live games. So this is the previous season champ, and he's got the EOL skin on his Awakener. Why don't we jump into that one? So Up Uppa's units are all still alive. We do have an Elaine in action. And other than that, he's running a kind of tank push Fog Hug team with Hilda, Rosen, Lucretia, and T-Jess. The Rosen is stunned, though. That's an interesting thing to see. So Hidden has pushed in with Polly down here down low. Okay, so the T-Jess with Nightbloom saves that Rosen. That's Polly's first life down. The rest of Hidden's team is way back here. And they're not really the fastest units. So Cherie came up a little bit. But we're going to have to wait a bit before we see a full engagement. Yeah, Goddess tier. I just took T-Jess out of my box rather than build her like that. Alright, that's good pressure from Kruger here. Cobra, YiQiao beat JUICYBIGNUT 2-0. The first game was a pretty mismatched thumping. YiQiao basically had an invincible tank push team and Juicy couldn't crack the nut. For the second game, it was a little bit more interesting, where Juicy kind of charged in with an AoE team and had YiQiao backed up against the fog, but she basically took him apart with a lot of AO meteor storms. Not sure what's taking so long, other than he's trying to decide if, like, Hilda is immune to stun. Hidden really running down the clock here on this one. Maybe he's also trying to decide if he wants to run back. Run back, kill this Rosen. Okay, he's gonna go for the Rose, and I think that's the safest play. So Hilda eats a silence there from Kruger's parting shot. It's a little bit awkward. Not the end of the world. Honestly, even just the Lucretia should be enough to carry out the rest of this game for Appas. Alright, Appa is fully riding a line of fog here. Excuse me. And Hidden has nothing to rely on except one IBC and 6 seconds. So, I mean, I guess a life off Lucretia is something. Don't really see a way for Hidden to win this, though. Okay, up, I can just blast that IBC down now. Well, what does he have on Lucretia right now? Oh, yeah. Okay, not quite there, but that's some good healing for the Lucretia at least. No skills on IBC. She could go for the Elaine, though. Or the Golem. Oh yeah, she can't go for the Elaine, thanks to our Fogwall ally. So that gets her a little preemptively healed up. Okay, and Elaine is going to clean the rest of this matchup, just as you said, Meow. Unless Rosen is going to solo this team. She's going to make a valiant attempt to solo the team. Yeah, not happening, though. So, the reigning champ is advancing to the top 8, and the B-Guy match is still on, so let's hop into the tail end of that. Let's see how things look here. So, just a Lightbringer and Z2 on B-Guy's side, against a Gintoki on Saber's side. Saber's up 1-0. I've seen endgames that look like this before. The old classic Z2 versus Gintoki final standoff. Zerda does have a lot of balls that can help her get her revive back. But there's diminishing returns on those. I mean, the Zerda is going to be able to come up and Air Slash, so she'll get a revive back. Yeah, that's a fine move. Oh yeah, it's an exceptionally fine move. She barely manages to hang on to that last Zera ball to help her come back from the fog. Okay, wow, that's a pretty funny finish. Gintoki charging into the fog to get the kill on that Zerda, knowing it'll end the game. Well, FSN Saber advances over B-Guy. So there we have our top 8 already. Which we will have tomorrow. I'll stream those tomorrow. So we're going to have Auto Run versus Jaden Nelson. We're going to have Trinev versus Q. We're going to have Seventh Heavens Up Uppa versus FSN Saber. And we're going to have Kazgao against YiQiao. Some interesting matches there for sure. Who do you think? Let me know in the chat who you think I should stream tomorrow. There's a few compelling storylines. Auto Run has been the champion several seasons. And we have the returning champ over here. They're not going to have to face each other until the finals if they do make it all the way. And then we have Kazgao and Q, each representing the strategy squad. They're also on opposite sides of the bracket. YiQiao, who we just watched tonight, we may want to continue following her progress against Kazgao. Kazgao is a Korean streamer, so he's no doubt streaming his own games as well. Meow thinking that Trin and Q is the only interesting one. Meow, are you saying that because that's the only one that you don't think is a sure bet on who's going to win? Because I kind of feel like Auto Run definitely has the advantage here. Up Appa has the advantage over Saber, and YiQiao has the advantage over Kazgao, although that one might be closer than the others. But then, yeah, Trin versus Q is a little bit closer. Which might mean it might be a good one to bet on tomorrow as well, depending on how the odds look. I did not use any of my tickets for betting today because I didn't like the odds on any of the matches. Although if I had bet on like Jaden over Gall, for example, that would have been at least a somewhat winning proposition. So I suppose that's where we'll leave the stream today, and then we will pick up tomorrow with one or multiple of these matches. And yeah, I'll see you then. So thanks for stopping in for the stream. Thanks for cheering on Lord Thy God in the chat. I think it really picked him up, made him feel a little bit better about his spreadsheet. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Happy Langrissing, everyone.